Subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell button and enjoy the latest uploads from our channel.
Hi and welcome to the broadcast news package. First of all, thank you very much for buying this product, and since this is a quite big project, I will try to go from folder to folder, from composition to composition. So first of all, you have this main composition called main alt. Here is where you actually place all the stuff you need. As you see and as you saw in preview file, this is how this is arranged. You have countdown composition, then you have breaking news main composition. Also you have this file, transition file, which you will place between two footages. I will explain how to do that. Here you see the lower thirds, studio version, and weather composition, 7-day forecast, lower thirds again, sports report, overview, etc. So first of all, if we go on the left side on the project panel, you have a folder called broadcast news package. So first folder is breaking news composition. If you open that, you have breaking news main composition. If you double click that, you will see you can just turn on and off this hide all layers switch. So you have only two that you need actually. That's breaking news title and color switch. So if you don't like these colors, you can go to the layer color switch and then go to the panel effect controls and set your colors background start and background end color. So if you want something different like pink or something, and wild green, and that you can change, play with that. We won't save that. And of course you have this breaking news title. So here you can play with this. Yeah, actually you have to click once more on these, because this is, as you see, just to sliced onto. Double click on this, and here you have a couple of layers. You have two text layers, breaking news, and you have these like background solids. You see red one and this gray one. So you can set this according to your needs. For example, if you want to change this, type effect studio. We would move them a little bit, and this line effect studio. So here on this gray layer we have actually a mask. If you double click on that, on this mask, you know, this point, double click, you will select all the mask, and there you can just drag this like this. Do the same with red layer, and just a second. So you will move this red layer to the left, double click on mask, and just expand this as long as you need. If you press shift key and go back to the pre-comp, there you will see this changed. Of course we don't want that, we will stay breaking news. And the next thing, the next folder, if we go back to the project panel, is countdown composition. I don't know whether you want to change this. You can do that if you want. You also have these countdown numbers, as you see. Next folder is graphic assets. Actually you don't need that. That's just a folder with a lot of you know, background stuff, textures, some loops, details, etc. And then we come to the lower thirds and ticker folder. So if we open lower third one, actually it's very simple to change this. You can also move this if you want. For example, you have two text layers where you type example text, you have additional example text, and if you press this hide all layer switch again, here you have these other layers. So if you press Ctrl A to select all of these, you can move your lower third, and there you see it will be moved. Of course we don't want this. And same goes for lower third 2, lower third sports also, weather. Then we come to the storyline. Storyline is also very simple to change. You have a couple of layers, text layers. You can just double click on them, change them, same procedure. And here we have a ticker. Actually, you will open a composition excuse me, composition ticker text. So here we have a layer with ticker text. It's a bit wider, so you have to change that. That's for lower thirds. Render outputs, yeah, you have multiple compositions for each frame rate 24, 25, 30 with HD, Full HD and web size. So you just when you set all the settings, just you would go to one of, for example, 25 HD, double click on it, and there you have all set up. You just go composition, add to render queue, and render with your settings. Next we have a sports report. Sports report title, we were talking about that a moment ago. Same procedure, you change that. And yeah, addition, you have team scores overview. So I added like Champions League overview, but you can put any team you like, of course. You would just go to, you have 12 teams, you would just go to, for example, team name 2, and you have simple text layers which you can change. And that's for sports review. Next we have Studio version 2. If you are more advanced user in After Effects, you can actually change the camera, change how camera approaches to this studio, as you see now. Here is on this screen, it's the frame which is which you add your text, so it pulls from the main composition, main news composition, and also you have a lower third here, which you can also change. And you have a composition host. If you double click on it, you can put your host, and same goes with Studio version 2. And Studio version 3 is actually on the phone composition. You can also change the texts, and you have a composition of reporter. If you double click on that, open it, and you will see. And we have a transition. I will talk about that a little bit later. So we have a transition which you can use between frames, and we have a composition weather report. So it's all the same with title and color change. Sorry. So if you double click on this title and again change as we were talking about earlier. And weather report, you have colors, which you can change the colors. And one interesting composition is 7-day forecast. Here you can change the weather for 7-day forecast. You have days by Monday, Tuesday, etc. If you double click on Monday, you can change this text, and you can add your own icon, which you have here in folder icons: dark clouds, light clouds, etc. So for example, we will delete the sun and pull down rain and thunder, and you can just scale it to this navigational, how do you call them, guides, and it will automatically stick. And if you go back to weather 7-day forecast, you will see that that's changed. You can also of course change the temperature and this text, and same goes for all the days in week. So when we got that basic stuff, we would want to go to the main out composition, and for example, if we want to add something, we can actually delete all of this. For example, we want breaking news, just drag it down. And if we want to make a transition between breaking news composition and sports report, which we will import, for example, you want them to intersect just about here, you would move this ending of the breaking news composition to the start of this next one. And if we want to make a transition, just pull down the transition file and place it here on the middle, so you see where it changes, where it's fully covered. And then you will have a nice transitions. I'm thinking whether there is something else. Actually, that's about it. As I said, you can, as I told you, you can when you're finished with editing, just place everything you want in the main out composition, just like dragging, and then go to the folder render outputs, choose your render output, go to composition, add to render queue, choose your settings and render it out. Thank you very much for buying this product. Follow us at videohive for new updates and goodies. Thank you, bye.
Subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell button and enjoy the latest uploads from our channel.